Trey Munoz. Day before Oklahoma State duel, senior season. Just how are you feeling heading into the year? How are you feeling heading into tomorrow's duel?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. Moving up a weight, it was kind of hard for me to kind of feel confident the way because I felt like I was a good size 84 and I thought my frame was good for 84, but coaches told me they wanted me to bump up to 97, so I got up to 220 this summer, and I was like, I just feel nasty, like I feel gross. And coming back down, I didn't feel like as conditioned as everybody else, but I think as we got closer to competition, my confidence just grew and grew, and I'm excited for the season just to wrestle all new guys and just show what I've been learning this summer and just how good of a wrestler I can be.
Yeah. What all went into the decision to move up? You talk about conversation with your coaches. Was it something that you were thinking as well? What was the whole decision-making process?
Yeah. I think for me, I like to have fun when I wrestle, and when I'm cutting weight, it's just that looming. I got to worry about my weight, and it just makes wrestling not fun anymore for me. So, as time went on, the coaches saw that I was cutting a little bit too much weight, and I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. And my dad wrestled 197 his senior year of college too, so I want to continue that legacy and just feel good wrestling.
Yeah, you talked about wrestling entirely new guys. Right off the jump, you get one of the best guys in the weight, Buchanan.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that match?
I mean, I felt great. I felt, it was interesting for me. Kind of first match, I'm the #1 guy in the country, but I learned that I'm right there. Even at the beginning of the season, I'm going to continue to get better. And I felt like I was dominating that whole match, and I kind of just took my foot off the gas a little bit, and it costed me. But I learned that I got to get my conditioning a little bit better, especially moving up a weight, and it's more about mentality for me. When I think I gotta have that shark mentality where once I smell blood, I just go right after it. So.
Yeah, you talked about getting big.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel correct size? Did you feel like you were just as strong as Buchanan, or was there a strength, difference that you felt?
I felt great. I felt strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna continue to get stronger too, just because I feel like I'm a little bit smaller, and I could get stronger too. And I think a lot of guys at 97 are cutting down, and after that match, my coach was like, all right, you didn't run your feet on those double legs. Now you're gonna push your sled, and we're gonna break you. So I'm just gonna continue to get better, and but yeah, I felt strong. Just got to keep my feet moving, pick up my feet.
Yeah, your offense. You got to a lot of different attacks
Mm-hmm.
in that match, and I heard Coach Pendleton talk about, man, Trey's got offense to go with the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
How have you developed your offense over the years?
Yeah, I feel like I really only have like 2 or 3 shots that I go to. Like in high school, all I really had was a run inside, like a knee pull. So I had that coming into college, and I feel like the biggest thing we emphasize is ankle picks and getting to our angles and ankle picks. And then obviously my dad went to Oklahoma State, and he taught me low single legs, and I mean that's how he learned to wrestle at in high school too. Is he got John Smith's "How Low Can You Go" low single leg tape, and I mean he taught me everything there is to do with low single legs, and but it was all just repetition. I started pretty late in middle school, so I had to pick up the learning curve a little bit. So it was all just repetition.
You didn't start wrestling until middle school?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing before? Did you watch much at all?
I mean, my dad coached at UC Davis and Cal State Fullerton, so I've been around it all my life, but I never really had an interest in it. I was way better at soccer and baseball than I was at wrestling, and I mean, there were some guys that came into my dad's gym that would just beat the tar out of me. So I didn't like losing. I was really competitive, and you know, I was way better at these things than I was at wrestling. So I mean, why wrestle? But I started wrestling because I wanted to spend more time with my dad, and I didn't want to rely on my team anymore to win at something. It was just me stepping out there on the mat. So that's what I appreciated about wrestling. That's why I eventually chose it. So
Yeah, yeah. So now you're senior last year. Looking back on, the perspective of the sport, what have you, what kind of perspective do you have? What did you gain from it? How do you want to leave a legacy here at Oregon State?
yeah, I think looking back, I feel like I had held my identity in my sport too much. Obviously, we're all humans and we're gonna make mistakes, and wrestling is just something that we get to do. I mean, a lot of people would kill to be in my position, and I'm just so privileged to actually be here and get to do what I love. And looking back on my career, I don't think I would change anything. I mean, God put me right where I'm at for a reason, and I got to be thankful for that. And just knowing that my identity is not held in wrestling, my identity is held in the hands of God, and I'm not. My worth isn't determined by my wins or losses, but it's determined by who I am as a son in Christ. So.
Yeah. How'd you get to the point where it, became where it's not about just how I perform on the mat?
I think it took a lot of failure. I feel like, obviously, I mean, diamonds are made under pressure, and when you get put in those pressure situations, I feel like all those thoughts come into your mind of am I gonna win? What's he gonna do? How am I gonna get to my shots? All this stuff, and it just breaks you down. And over the course of my career, I've had the privilege of being in those situations, and I've learned that it's something that we get to do. I like to think of it as like a form of worship, and it's like my way of praising God, and it's just something to be so thankful for because I don't get to do it for the rest of my life, and I think that's my answer.
Yeah. Do you want to keep wrestling after college? Have you made up your mind yet what you want to do?
Not yet. We'll see. I think if I get that itch again, I'll probably get back into it. But for now, I think I'm gonna stick to finishing out my master's degree and getting into the workforce. So.
Yeah. What are you getting a master's in?
Science education.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is that to be a teacher or?
Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know what kind of teaching I want to get into. I think it'd be cool to work with athletes and maybe get into the nutrition side because my background, I just got my degree in chemistry. So, I mean, there's a lot to do with chemistry and nutrition, and I don't know the whole biochemistry side, but that'd be cool to learn too. But I do like to teach, and hopefully I can get into that after I'm done too.
Yeah. Looking ahead to tomorrow, you have two potential tough opponents. Could be Serber, could be Merrill. How much do you think about who you're wrestling? Do you watch tape to prepare, or do you just focus on yourself?
I think everybody has to watch a little bit of tape, and you got to know what the other guy does to a basic degree. But at the end of the day, I don't like to loom too much on what the other guy does. I want to focus on what I do best and how I can get to my attacks. Both those guys are great wrestlers, and but I'm looking to get bonus tomorrow. So
awesome. Yeah. What can Oregon State fans expect from you tomorrow and from the whole team?
Just good wrestling, man. I'm gonna go out there and scrap, do my best, and leave it all out there on the mat. So
cool. You got anything else for us?
Nope. I think I'm good.
Cool. Appreciate it.